familiar to you. Some of you know me as Dawn, others know me as Mrs. Flood, and I'm from Student Leadership Services, or SLS. And today we are doing our first online video workshop. How cool is that? And so guess what? You get first dibs. So today what I want to do is we are going to talk about something that's on everybody's mind and everybody is feeling it. We want to talk about the stress and anxiety that we all have from everything that's going on right now. So I thought we could take some time and discuss how we're feeling and what level of stress that we're feeling because of things we can and can't do. And so I thought we'd do that, of course, in an interactive way. So this is what we're going to need. These are the materials that you're going to need. You're going to need 2 pieces of paper, just 2, and it can be the back of Mom's grocery list. And then you need 3 either markers, crayons, colored pencils, whatever you got lying around in the house. But they have to be 3 different colors in order to do the first activity. So go ahead and pause the video and get the items, and then I'll see you in a minute. Got your items? Cool. Let's move forward. All right, so you probably noticed, what would SLS be without flip chart? So I have to do that, okay? And you probably noticed this isn't a school and this isn't the SLS office. Nope, just like you, I'm at home. And so we're streaming this from home. How cool is that? All right, so this is what we're gonna do. With your paper and your writing utensils, I want you to follow along. First thing we have to do is we have to relate our 3 markers or whatever you're using, colors, to the level of anxiety that we're feeling. So for example, red is going to be my high level of anxiety. So I'm going to go ahead and put that right here so that we remember high is red. My medium level of anxiety is going to be represented by black. So I'm going to go ahead and write M for medium, black for color, to help keep me on track, and you. And then my third is green. Green is going to represent low anxiety. So low means I'm okay, doesn't bother me too much. So we're going to go with low for green. All right, now, so go ahead and take a couple seconds and do the same thing on your paper. What color is going to represent high, medium, and low? Good? All right. So, in order for us to figure out how are we feeling and where's our stress level at, we are going to draw a stick person. Now, I can draw, so please don't judge. No judging. I won't judge you. You don't judge me. Okay? Because, hey, can't be good at everything, right? But we're going to do our best and we're going to try. All right. So, in order to draw a stick person, we have to start with the basics. So, I'm going to read a statement and I'm going to connect it to a body part that we have to draw. And however you're feeling with that statement will be the color you use that represents your current stress level. All right, so let's start with the easy one, which is the head. All right, so the head, right here, the statement is, how are we feeling that we can't go to school? So for me, I would be red. So I'm going to draw my head red, because I'm having really high anxiety and stress because I can't be at school with you. And I'm sure you might be feeling the same way. So go ahead and draw your head to the color that matches your level. All right, what comes next after the head would be the neck. And the neck is connected to how are we feeling being stuck at home. We can't go to school, we can't go to our favorite places. We are stuck here at home. So how's our stress level? So for me, I would do black for medium because I'm feeling kind of stressed and kind of anxious that I'm stuck at home. So I would do black for my neck. Connected to the neck is your body, and the body would represent how are we feeling that we physically can't hang out with our friends. Now I know that you are on Snapchatting and Twittering and everything that you do with your friends, but we physically can't be with them because we physically can't be at school. So how are we feeling about that? So go ahead and decide what color that matches. So for me, for my body, I would put black. It's not real high anxiety, but it's medium for me. All right, so I do a black for my body. All right, So next we need some arms on our little stick person here. All right, and so my first arm represents how are we feeling because we can't do our extracurricular activities. We can't do our drama, our musical, student council, be involved in our SLS and stand chapter. So how's that feeling? How are we feeling about that? And so for me, my first arm when it comes to extracurricular activities would be red, because I don't get to hang out with my SLS students, my stand students, and my life skills students. So my first arm would be a red. All right. And so the second arm, we have job. Okay. So many of you, I know, even if you're in middle school, that you might have a job. Whether it's babysitting, whether it's walking dogs, there might be a family business that you help out in, or you might have a job that actually pays you cash. So the other arm represents how are we feeling that we can't go to our job right now. So for me, my other arm would be red because I can't be at school with you, or I can't go to my office, which is why we're doing this video from my home. And so my other arm would be red. All right, so we're almost halfway there with our stick person. So following the arms, oh, we need some hands. All right, we need some hands. And so the hands represent how are we feeling now that we might have responsibility for family members. So some of you that are at home, you may now be responsible to take care of your brother or sister, or take care of grandma or grandpa. So how would you be feeling if that is now your responsibility? So for me, for my hands, and we'll do both hands because you need two hands, right, to help people. So we're going to do both hands. And so my hands would be black. All right. So medium stress, that we have these responsibilities now that we're in charge of. All right. So we got our whole upper half of our stick person. Okay. And so to kind of recap where I'm at the high and the medium for half of my guy or girl. All right. So the next one, all right. Oh, our legs. All right. We need legs. So many of you play sports. All right. Right now we're, in spring sports season, and we know all that stuff is canceled. So I want you to pick a color, and what color represents how you are feeling with stress level that you can't play your sport. So my leg, and only do one leg, my leg would be a green. Okay, because I don't play any sports, right? I don't play sports. So my leg is green, which is I'm feeling low anxiety or low stress level for that. Okay. The other leg would be we're not able right now to attend or watch sporting events. Now I know some families, they have traditions, especially for March Madness, right? There's some family traditions of following the brackets. Well, all of that is put on hold right now. So how are you feeling that you can't watch those sporting events or you can't attend sporting events if that's something you and your family do? All right, so my other leg for me would be green, and the reason it's green is because that's not a tradition in my household. So it's low stress level for me right now, is that. All right, and so now we got two things left, which would be the feet. All right, so the first foot is how are we feeling that we can't go to the movies or the mall, right? So for me, my first foot for the mall or the movies, I would say black. I'm feeling medium stress that I can't go to the movies and eat my popcorn and drink my Slurpee like I like to do because all the movies are shut down right now. So my first foot would be black. The second foot, to complete our guy, is how are we feeling that we can't go sit in a restaurant or go sit at Starbucks and have our favorite latte or frappuccino? Because everything is carry out only right now. So for me, my other foot would definitely be a red, because I love to go sit in restaurants and eat dinner and have dessert, and I love to walk into Starbucks and see what's going on to enjoy my coffee. So mine would be red. So looking at our stick person here, you can kind of see on mine, we'll use mine because I can't see yours right now, is I have a lot of red going on, a lot of red. Okay, so my stress level is pretty high of things that are going on that I may feel uncomfortable that are happening. All right, so if you think about it, there might be things that we're concerned about or things that we might be stressed about that we didn't talk about that fits my guy. So I want you to take a minute, and actually I'll give you an example. One of the things that I didn't mention, and I would put on my stick guy, and we'll do hair for my stick guy because he needs some hair, so I'll add that, is one of the stresses I have right now is worrying about the health of my parents because they're older, and this illness that's going around, okay, could be very harmful. So I'm going to go ahead and add hair to my stick person, and my hair is going to be red because that's a high stress level for me right now, high stress level. So what I want you to do is I want you to pause the video, and I want you to add what you need to your stick person. Think about some other things that is causing stress or anxiety right now, and then add to your stick person. I'll see you in a minute. Welcome back. Did you miss me? All right. So part of our stress and anxiety that we're facing is because we feel that things are out of control. And I don't know about you, but I like to be in control. Actually, scratch that. I know many of you and y'all all like to be in control. So I'm sure not being in control of things is what's heightening our stress and anxiety level. So what I want to do right now, and one of the things that is helpful, is focus on the positive. So I want to focus on what right now, today, is in our control. So this is what I want you to do. Grab your other piece of paper, and you just need one writing utensil, marker, pen, whatever you got. Make it work, all right? And so on your paper, this is what you're going to do. Draw a big circle. Big as you can. Okay? Got it? Awesome. Now what I want you to do is write on the inside of your circle the word control. I'll show you. Control. So go ahead and do that. All right, good. All right, so let's focus on what we can control. Now, I'm going to go ahead and point out some things that I know that I personally can control, and these might be things that you can relate to that you know you have control. So the first one is I know that I can control how I react. I can control how I react or respond, whichever word that you want to use, okay? The other thing that I know that I can control is how I spend my time. How I spend my time, okay? Especially today, because all these things are canceled and our structure and our schedule is up in the air, we have ourselves a lot of time. So we can control how we spend our time even when our structure and our schedule is interrupted right now. All right. The other thing I know that I can control is who I connect with. I can control who I connect with and how I connect with them. How do I connect with my parents? How do I connect with my friends, my coworkers, my family? How do I connect with them? And then the final thing is how can I support others? So how can I support my family and my friends? How can I support you students during this time? Okay, I know that that's in my control, that that's something that I could do. Now, there's only 4 that I'm going to focus on. Aren't you glad I only did 4? My list originally was 10, but I figured you wouldn't listen to me that long, so I went with 4. So my 4 things that I know are in my control right now today is how I react or how I respond, how I spend my time, who I connect with and how I connect with them, and how can I support others, whether that's my family, my friends, or even my pets. So what I want you to do is I want you to take a minute, and you can pause the video, And I want you to add 3 to 4 things to your circle in the inside of things that you know you have control over right now. And I'm okay if you take 1 or 2, if it fits where you are right now. I'm okay with that, okay? So go ahead and hit pause and write in your circle. I'll see you in a minute. Welcome back. I hope you were able to put 3 to 4 things of things that you can control in your circle, because that helps us feel better when we feel that we have some say and some control and choice over what's going on. So now what I want to do is we focused on the things that are in our control. We have to look at the other side, because a lot of our stress and anxiety is coming from the things that are out of our control. So you notice on the outside of my circle, there's my stick guy. Remember our stick guy from earlier? All the things that was going on with my stick guy are things that are out of our control. You might remember the head was causing myself high anxiety because I couldn't be at school with all of you. My body was causing me medium anxiety because I'm not able to physically hang out with my family and my friends. So because these things are out of our control, we have to realize that they may not resolve themselves for a while, okay? So we can't really put our energy and our attention on the things that we can't control. We have to go back to what we can control. So let's go back to my circle here, and you also can look at the circle that's in front of you that are personal to you, all right? But what I want to do is I want to look at strategies that can help us with the things that we do have control over, okay? When our stress level and our anxiety level is really, really high and we feel things are just going by the wayside. So the first one I want to go back to is how we react, how we respond. There's many things that we can do when we're stressed or anxious or when we're in a situation or even when we're angry. That what is in our control is how we respond. So some quiet strategies that we can do is one is take a deep breath. So I want you to do it with me. Ready? So breathe in. Hold it. Breathe out. That's very helpful to do a few times. They say 5, 6 times. Okay, so taking deep breaths. Another thing that we can do is neck rolls. Okay, so you kind of just relax your shoulders and you kind of just move your neck around in a circle. If you're a little older like me, it might crack a little bit, but you'll be all right. So you just move it around, stretch it. That helps. That's a quiet strategy. And then another one you could do is massage your hand, and this is really nice, especially if you get the right spots in your hands. Okay, so just kind of gently put your finger here, okay, and just kind of massage it for a couple minutes, and do each hand like that. So some quiet strategies that we can do is take deep breaths, neck rolls, and then hand massages. Okay, so those are some quiet ones that we can do. Some other things that we can do too that sometimes helps when we're stressed or even angry is find that place that you can go where you feel comfortable, or a place where you can relax and just chill out. For some of you, it might be your bedroom, it might be the park, it might be the basement. For me, it's my backyard, and I would be outside with you in my backyard today, but it's raining. But a backyard is a nice place that you go. But just some place that you can go, be by yourself, relax, and de-stress. Sometimes that's all we need. So this is what I want you to do now. Those are just some strategies that I think may help you, but you know what's best for you. So I want you to take a minute, and you can pause the video while you do this. I'll wait for you. And on a piece of paper, or you can take out your phone if you're more of a technology person and make a note in it, or text it to yourself, or whatever you want to do. And I want you to come up with 2 strategies that you know work for you, or 2 strategies you'd like to start using to help you respond or react in a positive way. What can you do? See you in a minute. So we just talked about strategies that we can use to respond and react in a positive way. Now I want to go to the other thing that's in my control is who we connect with. All right. So we all have our ways, especially all of you, because I know you are experts at your Snapchatting and texting and all that stuff that you do. So I'm sure during your time home from school and off from school, you've been connecting with people through your social media channels, okay? And that's great because it's easy to reach out and we need that. But if you haven't figured out a different way, I would suggest finding a platform that you can do face-to-face, because we can't physically be with our friends and some of our family members right now, and that's causing us stress. So what's the next best thing? All right, so doing chatting through Facebook Live, all right, Skype, Zoom. They have all these different things that you can do to connect with other people, okay? Because that's really, really important, especially today when we're feeling so anxious and we're not quite sure what's going to happen. We need to be able to connect to those people in our lives, those people that I would call a trusted adult. Who can you go to that is a trusted adult? So again, I want you to pause the video and I want you to write it down or put it in your phone. Who are two people that you consider a person or a trusted adult that you can go to on your hard days? Because right now, some of us are facing our hard days. So go ahead and write that down. All right, moving on to number 3 in our circle. But wait, before I go on to number 3 in our circle, I want us to remember, besides people that we connect with, remember your pets, okay? Your dog Baxter or your cat Crackers, they need that love and affection and that bonding and connection as well. And sometimes snuggling with your cat or your dog can help really de-stress your levels. So just a thought on that. All right, so moving on to my third one and my circle, and that is, how can I support others? Okay. Now, the thing to remember today is we are not the only ones feeling this level of stress and anxiety of everything that's going on. It's happening everywhere. Everyone is feeling the same way that you are, okay, and that I am. And so one of the things that we have to remember is we're not in this alone, okay? We have each other. So some simple things that we can do to support each other could be simply doing the dishes. It could be offering to babysit your little brother, or sit on the floor and play a board game with your brother or your sister. It could be calling your grandma, okay? Talking to her, asking questions, making sure that she's okay. Little things like that can help support each other. It could be as simple as listening. Sometimes people just need somebody to listen to without judgment, to hear that they're feeling sad or really anxious about the things that are going on. They might just need that listening ear. And that's something that you could do, I could do, we could all do. But the important thing is to listen without judgment, because that's what they need. So now what I'd like you to do is, because we all have certain things that we know would be helpful, and the key word is helpful. We want to be helpful when we support others. So again, I want you to pause, and I want you to write it down or put it in your phone and think of 2 helpful ways of what you can do to support either the people in your household or other family members or friends. So go ahead and do that. All right, so now we're on to number 4. Like I said earlier, aren't you glad I only had 4 things in my circle? Because like I said, I originally had 10. We'd be here until school started again. All right, so our last one is how I spend my time. All right, and this is huge right now, because right now our schedules seem to be open, okay? Because we're not at our jobs, we're not at school. So we seem to have all this time on our hands, all right? And sometimes when we have a lot of time with nothing to fill it, our anxiety levels and our stress levels seem to increase. So some positive things that can help us spend our time, because that's what we're looking at, healthy things we can do to spend our time is one, okay, if you're an exercise type person, you know, go ahead and get on that treadmill if you have one at home. Exercise, lift weights if you have them. Do something to keep yourself moving. Go outside, go for a walk. If you have a dog, walk your dog, play catch. If you know neighbors have a dog, ask to take them for a walk, okay? Just get outside, take a deep breath, okay? Sometimes that fresh air is an automatic de-stressor. All right, some other things that you can do, listen to music, all right? Girls, okay, sometimes we feel happy when we can get all dolled up. Do your hair, do your nails, do your makeup so that you feel good about yourself. When that happens, our stress levels decrease as well. So one of the things that I challenge you to do, I was going to say this is going to be your homework because we're almost out of time, but I don't like the word homework and neither do you. So my word for you is challenge. I challenge you to create a schedule, plan ahead, okay? Because planning ahead is always a great thing to do and helps us not stress out. Plan ahead your schedule for the rest of the day. So if it's 3 p.m. right now that you're watching this video, I want you to start, what are you going to start doing at 3:05? Make a schedule for the rest of the day. Start small. Start with today. If you need help with how to schedule things or what would a good schedule for a day be like, there's a lot of things out there that you can Google. Okay, healthy schedule, positive schedules when you're home or out of routines. And make sure when you do that schedule, you put in enough sleep, all right? All of you, okay, your body's growing, brains are growing. You need a good 8 to 10 hours. Now, that doesn't mean stay up to 3 in the morning playing your Xbox game and then going to bed. A good, healthy sleep is 8 to 10 hours. When you get enough sleep, you're going to find you're not going to be as stressed because a healthy sleep gets to that. One of the things, too, I forgot to mention is eat your favorite food. Sometimes eating your favorite food will help you de-stress. For me, it's ice cream all the way, all right? Whenever I'm feeling stressed or down, ice cream. And it just does a lift for me. So eat your favorite food. Find out what that is. So before we go, I challenge you to make yourself a schedule so that we can plan ahead. Well, our time is up, my students. Our time is up. And so I want to thank you for tuning in and watching this video and participating in my activities. I hope you found today useful and that you learned some strategies that can help you de-stress and unwind and help you cope during this time. I want to make sure that we stay connected. So speaking of connecting, I want to hear from you. I want to hear if you felt today was useful or if the strategies that we talked about today, if they helped you. So we're on the social media channels, Facebook and Instagram. You can find us there. The channel name is SLS Today. And message us. Let me know. And if you have words of wisdom for your fellow peers all over the state of Michigan, or even the country, because we have students follow us from Montana as well, message me and I will share your thoughts and what has helped you do that. So again, all right, Facebook and Instagram, channel name SLS Today. Now before you get out your phone and start friending us, because I know that's what you're about to do, right? One thing I want us all to remember, as believe it or not, right now we are all living in a historic time. Things that are going on right now have never happened. So if you're a writer or if you're a journaler, I'd encourage you, write your thoughts down as we move through the days ahead. Write down what's happening because these are historic events and stories that you can share with your children, grandchildren, and that will be taught one day in history and social study classes. So I like to end the video, okay, with a final quote. And that quote is, and I think it fits for what we're learning today, and I'm just going to read it because I want to make sure I get the quote correct. And it's by Ziggy Marler, and that is, doing something that is productive is a great way to reduce emotional stress. So thanks again for watching. Take care of yourself and each other, and stay tuned and watch for more videos to come.